Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Thursday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, and I help folks create a side income using social media. Welcome. Good to see you. Finally, I got to go live. I posted the poster half an hour ago, and my computer just restarted on its own. I guess it was time to restart an upgrade or something, and it just did that, and it was anyway. We are here, and got a great little story for you. I'm actually going to do a whole different takeaway from this story, but I'm curious to see what your feedback is. So get ready because I'm going to ask for it. And by the way, it is so cold. I know you East Coasters, you're gonna tell me no. Let me tell you, it's cold and it's so windy today in Southern California. So yeah, anyway, I got the robe on. That's why I got the robe on. Anyway, let's get started with tonight's. So, a king calls his staff and his right arm, right? Um, he feels like it's time for him to go after all these years, and he has these 10 wild dogs, and he tells his right right assistant, right arm person, right arm person, yeah, that hey, I have heard that you have betrayed me, and that I am going to throw you in with my wild dogs. The guy is, I have been working for you on your side all these years. And all these years, I have not lied to you. I have not betrayed you. And now you take somebody else's word for this. And after all that, you're going to throw me in with the wild dogs for me to get shredded and die? And the king says, that's the price you have to pay for betraying me. He says, all right, I'll tell you what. Since you're gonna do this, at least do me a favor and give me 10 days. You know, um, you owe me that much after all these years. The king says, you know what? I don't see a problem with the 10 days, so I'll give you 10 days. So first day, he comes to the right. What would you call the king's assistant? Let's just call him king's assistant. I know there's a word. I'm forgetting what they call him. But king's assistant, he comes to the guard where the dogs are, and he tells the guard, "Hey, how about I take care of these dogs for I feed them for the next few days?" And the guard says, "Well, okay, no problem." Well, the first day, it's kind of a challenge because these dogs are wild. They're going crazy. They're going nuts. They're going everywhere. And the assistant is having a tough time getting even close to them. But he brings them food and he brings them water. He's patient and he's patient and he's patient. And finally, he's able to get, get in there, feed the dogs. He washes the dogs. He cares for the dogs. And before you know it, it's 10 days. So when the 10 days is up, the king calls for him and they bring him in and they say that, and the king says, all right, your time is up, and now I'm going to throw you in with the wild dogs. The assistant says, that is my prize, and okay. So he gets thrown in the cage with the wild dogs, and then something wild happens. The king is so surprised because he looks and none of the dogs are attacking the assistant. In fact, they're laying down by his feet, licking his feet, playing with him. And the king is like, "What is happening to my wild dogs? And you, what is going on?" And the assistant says, "You know, after all these years that I have been loyal and true to you, at the end, you sold me to somebody else and you wanted to throw me in with these dogs to tear me up. I've only been with these dogs for 10 days. I've been able to feed them, water them, wash them, play with them. And just in 10 days, they are giving me so much love, so much more loyalty than you have in all these years." The king understood what was happening, obviously. We'll end it that way. The king knew what was happening. He learned his lesson. And he let the assistant go and come back to work. But let me give you a feedback. I'm going to give you a different feedback than, well, maybe the one that's so obvious. My feedback is this: there's two kinds of people that are going to take kindness. Okay. Everybody takes it, everybody loves when you're kind to them. I don't think there's a lot of people that down deep in their heart they're not happy that you're helping them. Now on the surface, they may turn around and say, "Hey, no," and they may be hurt, they may be in pain, they may be too proud, they may have a whole bunch of ego. So on the surface, they may act like, "No, thank you," but believe you me, down deep in their hearts, they're very pleased that you're being kind to them. Okay. So at the end of the day, there's two kinds of people that take kindness. Okay. One are like the wild dogs. They may be loud and, annoying at times and, straight up into your face. And, but they may be really loyal. They may be your true friends. You take a step, they take a step. They're true to you, loyal to you. They may be wild here and there, but when it comes down to it, they won't forget your kindness. And then there's this uh, other kind of folks that you can be kind to them, loyal to them, true to them for years, and then they can just forget all of that and say, "Well, it's been nice." Sandra, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So, and then, there's that kind. There's a kind that you do all good to them. You're true to them. You're straight up. You're kind. You're there for them all the time. And then at the end of the day, they want to throw you in the wild dogs. They sell you. They backstab you. They throw you under the bus, right? So I want to ask you two questions. One is, what kind of a person are you when it comes to kindness in giving and receiving? Because remember, it's both sides, right? It is a little bit late on the East Coast. Yes, I know. Some of these people, yeah, they travel around, like Jim Rohn says. So you got two kinds of folks that take kind. Can you guys hear that? Can you hear that? That's the wind, and all the windows are closed. Crazy. It's so windy tonight and so cold. I got the robe on. So, I'm curious to know, hey, I know what kind of a kind, what I know what you want to receive, right? I know that. And I know what you want to give, but be true with yourself and say, hey, am I really that person? Am I really appreciative of all the people who are kind to me, of all the people who are there for me, of all the people who are true to me? And how am I in giving kindness? Am I really the type of a person to give kindness and ask for stuff back? Or am I true with them? I'm straight up with them. So you may want to ask the second one from yourself. May not want to drop the comments, but I think it's important to realize that. And at the end of the day, I'll share this with you. Um, Regardless of how people take your kindness, please don't change to be unkind. That's so important, regardless, because the you just promote kindness. You just give that kindness, and the right people will appreciate and come to you. So, regardless of what people do, how people take your kindness, how they treat you, um, you still go ahead and do the right thing, which is spread kindness. Hopefully, you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you guys. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Let this feed grow. And if you feel like this is worthy of sharing, well, sharing is caring. Show me you care. With that, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, and I help folks create a side income using social media. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.